Good morning and happy Monday. Psychic medium Danielle Garcia with your energy forecast for the week. Today is March 15th, and we've got lots and lots of energies coming in, as has been our normal, usual thing for the last year, right? So many different changes. I can't believe we've actually been in Corona pandemic mode now for an official year. Real crazy, right? Who knew? But yet here we are. We're managing, we're surviving, and we're starting to thrive again. So that's a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful thing. Schumann Resonance has been up and down, back and forth, lots of geomagnetic storms, solar flares, yada, 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 etc., etc. Today, knock on wood, we are at a 16. So still a spike, but not quite the 1,200, 400, 800, 600 that we've been seeing over the last couple of months. So that's a good thing. Lots of different space weather going on. So fluctuations will happen, and some of us are more susceptible to that than others. So when you feel those things coming on, or if you're seeing a post or doing your own research and some of the physical symptoms relate to you, just make sure that you're hydrating, getting outside, connecting with the elements. Use your tools, and self-care, self-care, self-care is absolutely amazing to help to balance out. How was your new moon? The new moon coming in, that definite Pisces energy that came in with the new moon on Saturday definitely was very emotional. Had most of us feeling all the feels. And sometimes that's a great place to be in, and other times it's a little bit hard to navigate. So, pat yourself on the shoulder. You made it through. And today is a new week, right? And today, the Equinox portal has opened. We're in the midst of spring equinox vibration and energy. Spring equinox comes in on the 20th, next Saturday. So with this portal that's open, there's a lot of energies coming in. This is all about change. It's about transmutation. It's about rebirth, refocus. Don't be surprised if these energies influence you this week in regards to old wounding coming forward to the surface, cleansing stagnant vibes. You might even be guided to do some spring cleaning, whether that's spring cleaning in your house, in your car, in your office, going through the files on your phone, your computer, your tablet, whatever. So you might be guided, be pushed, be pulled to clean and clear. This is definitely all about cleanse, mind, body, and soul. Negative behaviors and lessons that you haven't completed might be coming forward again, that you haven't quite healed, you haven't quite got the gift, understood the lesson, etc., etc. Those also might be coming forward for you this week. On equinox, light and dark are equal in a moment, and that moment of balance is an absolutely wonderful, wonderful, wonderful vibration to heal. It allows us to release darkness, release negativity, and bring in more light. So this week, think about taking an inventory and reflect on your balance of shadow and light. What seeds would you like to plant in your life? What would you like to tend to more? What would you like to nurture? What do you choose to blossom in your life? My guides have this way of bringing this around in a way for me to understand, and they're great with analogies. Think of this as your own personal compost heap this week. What do you choose to release? What can you reduce, reuse, recycle? And what can you transform? And I have this really hilarious guide. Of course, they have to be comical and humorous or I'm just not going to get it. And he's like, let your shit go. Just let your shit go. Let the crap, put the crap in the crap pile. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go. So I will be following that advice this week. I hope you will too, because I find it very powerful. Pluto influences us this week as well to dig deep into anything we've been hiding from ourselves. So looking at that shadow side, looking at those behaviors, looking at those things we do, looking at those, boundaries that we're not enforcing. And it's a way for us to look at them, bring them to the surface, bring them to light. Do we need to hold on to them a little bit longer? Is there something we need to receive? Are we feeling comfortable with this? Evaluation, evaluation, evaluation. It's a great time to write your feelings down on a piece of paper and burn them outside. It's a great time to break shit. I love to break shit. Oh my gosh. That sounds so awful when I say that, right? As an emotional release, though, breaking stuff, there's something very specific that happens when you not only have the tactile feel of whatever you're breaking, whether that's ripping newspaper, magazines, or throwing that dish, when you feel it and you release it with force and you see it smash into a million different pieces and you hear it, the way that your brain processes the release of emotions is, in my perception, nothing beyond miraculous. It's so much easier for me than sitting there and reliving and rehashing the energy and the emotion and the experience over and over and over in my head. Because then I get too much into the logical side of my head, and then I coulda, woulda, shoulda myself. So think of, as you're doing your spring cleaning, maybe you have some old dishes, maybe you have some old coffee mugs, maybe you have some old glasses that you're just ready to let go of. Grab yourself a Sharpie and write your feelings down on them. If you're having a problem with a relationship, screw you, Bob. Whatever you need to write, whatever feels right for you. I am of the love and light, believe it or not. Namaste, bitches. But whatever you need to do, and I love to bring lighthearted and realism into my spiritual work because otherwise it just doesn't work for me. So write down whatever you're having issues with. Write it down on that vase, write it down on that glass, write it down on that coffee mug, bowl, whatever it is. Put your glasses on, put some goggles on, put a garbage pail, trash can right against your garage wall. Focus that emotion and intention and energy and rage and overwhelm, sadness, depression, whatever it is, on your item, and then smash it and watch it explode and allow that emotion to release from you and explode as well. Now's a great time to do release work, and I love doing it in different ways. Here in Vegas, we actually have a couple of different demolition rooms that you can go to and smash stuff. So if that's your thing too, it's another great way to release energy and let go of that. So think of letting emotions go, doing that inventory of light and dark, and realize that some of those things that we've been kind of hiding from or not wanting to deal with may creep into our awareness this week, especially if you're an empath. Themes this week: integrating light and dark, finding that balance, trusting in self. When you see a red flag, it's a red flag. When someone shows you exactly who they are, that's exactly who they are. When you get a gut reaction to something, especially those things that really hit us physically, where you might feel nauseous or you get butterflies in your stomach or chills on the back of your neck or the heart palpitation, whatever your thing is for good, bad, right, wrong, or indifferent, trust yourself. Your body, your energy, your mind, your soul, we are created to survive. And it's not just about surviving death, it's also about surviving things like assholes and cheaters and liars and things like that. So when you get a hit about something, trust your gut. Your gut's there for a reason. Trust it. Another theme this week is expansiveness and healing. It's a wonderful, wonderful time to let go of old, welcome in new, raise your vibration so you're higher, brighter, lighter. Lots of meteor showers coming in this week as well, so if stargazing is your thing, check it out. It'll be quite spectacular. doing a different card draw this week, since it is about balancing shadow and it is about balancing light and dark. I'm going to draw from one of my shadow decks, Mausolea, and here is this one. I don't believe I've ever used this for a forecast, so we'll see what comes forward. Setting intention to ask the question, what are some things that we can become aware of when working with shadow, when working with that balance of darkness? And of course, some of them just pop right out. I'll be back. I thought 2 came out, but it was just 1. All right. Whew. Okay, yeah. These are dark, so, please don't be put off. This is merely about working with shadow and working with those lower energies of ourselves. Dawn, the red shepherd, just reward, evaluation, respite. All right, so check this card out. I'm going to try to get him where you can see him without the glare. Okay, so when I feel the energy of this card, it is ego-driven. It is evaluating ego, evaluating those lower behaviors, manipulations that we might use, and taking a step back and really reviewing, like, how is that serving us? What have we learned? Do we need to still go forward with that type of manipulation and control? And is control serving us? Is it serving greater good, or is it lowering our vibe? Jean the Maid, guardian of saints, humility, disillusionment, and champion. Wow, what a very, very powerful card. Check this one out. Interesting that she's here in a graveyard. I truly believe that at times we can become disillusioned by darkness. We can become disillusioned by ego. We can get that adrenaline rush over being in ego, and also about feeling powerful. Sometimes when you're gossiping or when you're plotting and manipulating, you can feel really powerful, right? Sooner or later, depending on, of course, what that manipulation or control is, that can come around to karmically bite you in the butt. Not a fun experience. This is about humility, looking for your actions through spirit, through soul, through pure intentions, and taking an evaluation of that, as well as when I see her guarding this. To me, this is also about guarding heart, guarding soul, guarding your own light. Now I'm pulling 2 cards from a darker deck, and then I'll pull 2 cards from a lighter deck. And this one is the Angel Guide Oracle. And there is the cover. And this is by Kyle Gray. So let me pull a couple of cards here. Hopefully I won't have to dig them out from underneath my desk. First card that comes through, raise your vibration. Absolutely. Lots of wonderful energies coming in this week. And as we let go of the old, the new comes forward. As we let go of the negativity, the positivity comes forward. When I look at him, he's got his hands above his crown, and he's actually it looks like a portal of energy is pouring through from the heavens and coming right into the solar plexus power center. So look at your connection to Creator this week. Look at your connection to higher self. Look at your connection to universe this week, and see, sense, and feel how that connection is working for you. Is it something that you're happy with? Is it something that you could improve upon? Is it something that is serving your greater good? Lovely conclusion card, forgiveness and understanding. Check this one out. Okay, try to get it angled where you can see it amongst the glare. So this angel has hand over her heart. There's beautiful energy around her crown. Forgiveness and understanding. When we think about balance of dark and light, balance of shadow and spirit, a lot of that we get stuck in the muck of blaming ourselves, right? We get stuck in the, I should have never done that. If this wouldn't have happened in my past, I wouldn't feel this way now. If I had trusted my gut and, broken off the engagement, broken off the relationship, I wouldn't be in this place of not trusting men now. I mean, there's so many things that can run through our logical mind when we reevaluate our past and even our present. And if we can get to that place of forgiveness, the big F word, as I refer to it as, I don't think that forgiveness should ever be pushed. I think that forgiveness should be entered into in a state of intention where you're ready for it. If you're moving towards a place of forgiveness just to do it because people tell you that you should and you're going to feel better, I really think that you could harm yourself and harm your own well-being by doing so, because then you're not acknowledging your own feelings and you're giving your power away to someone else that's telling you, oh, you should do this. If you're looking at forgiveness this week, look into forgiving yourself. What haven't you forgiven yourself for? What is that thing in your past, in your present, in your way of being that you don't feel so great about? Can you just let yourself off the hook? It's not about not holding yourself accountable. But what if you looked at yourself as just another stumbling human being trying to get through life in the midst of a pandemic, in the midst of energetic overwhelm? What if you looked at yourself that way? Could you forgive yourself? Could you cut cords with that? Could you let yourself off the hook? Because in doing so and releasing that energy, guess what? You can welcome in higher vibes. You can become empowered. You won't be in that disempowered state of blame and shame and guilt. You can let yourself into this beautiful, expansive force of freedom. And you're definitely worth that, right? Awesome. So, aloha. I will be out of the office from March 19th through April 2nd in Hawaii, hence my little Yoda friends back there in their Hawaiian gear. So I hope you have a beautiful week and a wonderful 2 weeks without me. I might pop in here and there anyways and send you some good vibes from Hawaii. Have a great week and many blessings are sent your way.